Good morning guys and welcome back. So right now I have just moved again. Sometimes I do feel like my life is in a suitcase, but that made me think about all the times I moved in my life, considering I've done that a lot and I have done all the mistakes you can think of, and I'm sorry about the lighting. I haven't figured it out yet how to use it in this apartment, but yes. And I thought, why not make like a do's and don'ts for moving, some tips I can come with for what you should do and not should do while moving. So I cannot speak. So let's just jump straight into it. Alright. If you're moving to another country, if you're like going to study abroad or maybe doing a Disney program or something like that, I would always recommend to not overpack and try to get everything into one suitcase. Just because in general it might actually be cheaper to buy it over there than to bring things you're thinking about, and you're probably not even going to use it and you're going to spend a lot of money on getting it over there than it would be to actually buy a new set of clothes you're thinking about bringing. So just figure out, like, maybe is it cheaper to buy it a new one, or is it cheaper to bring it, or just consider, do you really need it? Do you really need that? And one thing I would actually recommend doing is bring like a teddy bear or something with you, or a picture or something to remind you of home if you're like moving to another country. Another thing is, I can almost guarantee you, like when you're moving back again, if you're only doing like 1 year, is you're gonna end up having 2 suitcases. So just be prepared for that. You're gonna end up buying a lot of stuff, even though you don't think you're buying a lot of stuff, but you're gonna end up buying a lot of stuff. Also, one thing you should do is put your important documents in your carry-on luggage, because you never know when the airline is gonna lose your luggage. And even though you're gonna get it back, it's good to have your important documents in your carry-on. If you're moving into the same city, I would not recommend moving by bus. I did that horrible plan. It was the worst idea I ever had. If you're moving over several days, it might work, but if you're only moving have 1 day and you're having plans that day, it might not be the best decision to do. But I did it. I was lucky enough that one of my friends, she helped me, but the bad part about it was the fact that the bus we took only went every half an hour. Terrible idea. I regret to this day that I didn't just order a taxi. It would actually been a lot cheaper for me than actually doing it back and forth. Oh, that was a horrible idea. And the thing is, I did move by the tram. I took the tram, I think it's called, back and forth this time as well. But at the same time, I have the monthly pass. I didn't have to pay every time I took it, and I also did it over several days. I didn't do it just with 1 day, so it was a lot better. And I also recommend, it's easier to move if you have suitcases. I have had moved with boxes before, and sometimes that can be really heavy and can be uncomfortable to carry. So if you have the possibility to have suitcases or backpacks, I'll recommend that. But of course, sometimes you end up having to use boxes. But if you do have to use them, try to find boxes that is easy to carry and not too big, so you don't have able to carry them correctly. Speaking from experience here. Also, one thing you should do is ask for help if you know that you're gonna have, if you're gonna move over a shorter distance and you don't want to take the bus or the tram or stuff like that, or a taxi. Ask if some of your friends can help. They might be able to do. If not, at least you have asked. It's not harder than that. You never know when some of your friends are like, oh yeah, I could have driven you if you just had asked me. Do make sure you have, if you're able to do it, try to move over several days. Unless you have a car, of course, and it's just bam, you're good to go. But if you have to move differently, if you're moving, maybe you don't have a car, it might be easier to do it over several days. If you're capable, of course. It is possible, not always possible. Do check if you actually need everything you are packing with you. sometimes you overpack, like you take things you think you're gonna need and then you end up coming there like, oh, didn't need this. So try to do not try to fit absolutely everything you think you're gonna need. Just check it in advance if you need it or not. And I think this is the best advice I can give. Do not leave everything to the absolute last minute like I do. I do this every time, like I know it. I tell myself like next time you move you have to have prepared, you don't pack at last minute, and I still do it. But if you are able to do a better life decision than me, I would probably recommend like packing a little bit in advance, have some suitcases ready just to move straight away, and that's about it. So leave some comments in the comment section below if you have some good experiences moving or bad experiences moving, or some tips you would like to share with us. And I would just say, if you want to subscribe, that would make me really happy, but you don't have to, of course. And of course, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye!